Hey, you guys, and welcome back to episode 7 of 15 for 15. And boy, do I have a treat for you, but it's really more of a treat for me because this person that I have on with me today, we're going to do our best to do this whole 15 minutes because I have so many memories and more than just memories as a coach, more so memories as a former teammate of mine. Who I am bringing on today, we used to call her Mills on Wheels because her name is Amy Mills. I know I'm going to mess up her last name, so I'll let her say that. But Amy Mills is joining me today. This is a former teammate and former athlete of mine that is currently also a coach and a teacher and has been for many, many years. But I wanted to share her as a gift to you guys during this series of 15 for 15. So welcome to episode number 7, and I'm bringing Amy in with us right now. Hey,
Hi.
How are you?
I'm fabulous.
Look how cute you are.
I know. I just want to squeeze you.
Me too.
I wish. But
you know what I love already? This is how you know you're in a high school coach because you got the cinder block background. That's how you know you're a teacher and a coach. And I just love that
my
feeling.
calendar, got my
Yes.
all that.
Everything. Well, thank you so much for giving me some of your time because I know you have a ton going on. But Amy, I have to tell the people again, I know I'm sure you heard me in the opening, but you guys, Amy and I were teammates at the Tarleton State University. And I see you representing because I see your shirt.
I got my new shirt.
Yes. And so we are alumni of Tarleton State University, and we have a ton of memories there. But Amy was a freshman at Tarleton when I was a senior, and we were on the track team together. We ran the relays together, and I could brag on her all day long because I've never seen anybody still to this day run a first leg to that 4x4 like her. And then she was so short running the 400 hurdles and just ripped the scene when she would come on the scene. So I'm so excited that I have you here. So tell us, what was it about your experience at Tarleton college athletics that you loved or enjoyed so much?
Man, everything. You know, whenever I first visited Tarleton, I went in as a high school student, and I remember meeting all of you, and it just felt so right. It just felt so right, you know, so welcoming. Everyone was so nice, and it felt like home. And I remember deciding Tarleton's where I'm going. That's where I'm gonna go. And it was the right decision. It was the right decision. I mean, I met my husband there. Been married 16 years now. I have both of my kids were born in Stephenville, City of Champions, yes. But they're 16 and 14, Javen and Amaya. And no, it was an amazing experience. A lot of friends and friendships and everyone that's came through my life from Tarleton, you know, they have a really special place in my heart still, you know. It was an amazing experience.
I love that. Girl, you met your husband there. I mean, like you said, you had both of your kids while you were still in Stephenville, and now you're coaching and have been for many years. And aren't you guys all really at the same school, and now you're going to have the opportunity to coach your kids?
Yes, we actually teach we're both, JV and I both, we're both teachers at the same high school in Laredo, Texas. It's a big school. We've got, you know, about 4,000 kids.
Yeah.
We got a lot of kids, but he's the defensive coordinator and I'm the track coach. And our kids he coaches Javen in football. He's on defense, so he gets to go with him. And then when track season comes, I get him because he's a hurdler too. So Javen and Amaya, they're both hurdlers. So Amaya won the middle school championship last year in the hurdles, and so I'm excited. Yeah, we were very blessed to be able to be together and have lunch together. And,
yes, like that.
All like the little things. It's the little things that just seeing my kid and seeing her friends and his friends and being a part of that is a blessing. It's a blessing.
That's priceless. And
It
so I'm
was,
thinking about all the memories and stuff that you guys are building together. And
mhm.
you and I have some memories too, some we won't talk about.
Oh.
That's not for public. But what were some of the memories maybe that you have that we had together, whether it was as athletes or coach to athlete? Because again, our dynamic was so different. But what were some of the memories that you had?
I have a lot, and we can't go over all of them. Some of
Right.
them are good, some of
Yeah.
them are really, really, really good, and then some
Right.
of them are,
Yeah.
oof, some of them
Tough.
are awful.
Right. Right.
Some of them, I'm like, oh, I'm so glad that's over.
Yes.
My first memory of you was like as an athlete, as
Mhm.
a teammate, as a lead, like a leader. You were a mentor to me as a leadership, or you were a senior. You were a senior, and you were an amazing. You and Kate and gosh, man, some of those athletes, like just being able to run next to you. I didn't know what I was capable of doing. You pushed me. I remember running 600s on Monday. Oh,
Ooh, me too.
and I remember you always pushed me. Like I would be dying. Like I think like one time, like my calf was like in knots, and you just came over there and you just ripped my leg back, and you're gonna stretch it out, and you're gonna finish this. You're gonna
Right.
work out. And I was like, but I can't.
Right.
You get up, and you made me. And then the whole time, like I'm behind you, of course. Like I'm
Mhm.
always behind you in practice, and you would be yelling at me. Even when you were running in front of me, you were still like, Amy Mills, you better get up here. Like, and I'd be like, oh my gosh, you won't let me quit.
Right. Oh my goodness. I think I just started sweating, like thinking about,
Just thinking about it,
yeah,
right?
just
Too.
thinking about
Yeah.
it. I'm with you on those
Oh,
those
those 600.
600s every Monday. We would do 4 of them. The rest would be so short.
Under
And then
2 minutes. Like, I'm like,
yes, it was so short.
yes, it was hard. It was really like, but those days, man, they were tough and they were hard, but it's an experience that I will remember forever.
Mhm.
And just some of the other memories I have some pictures here of some
Ooh,
memories, if you want me to bust them
oh
out.
my gosh. I don't know. Like
Um, I know. Well, see, there's a memory I have, and it's one of my fondest of you. I looked up to you so much, and I got to take a picture with you, and I remember this, and I was copying you because that's what I did. and and you were doing your sorority sign,
yeah, yeah.
and you in the middle of the picture were like, "No, Amy Mills, you can't do that." And I have it here because
Oh my gosh.
and
Y'all this
you were
picture.
not happy with me about doing this sign, and you were in the middle of telling me to stop.
And you still jumped in. See, that's what happens with a freshman and a senior. Y'all, I have to
Yes.
tell you, those of you that are watching, and especially at that point, because I had just pledged the year before, so I am a part of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. And so Amy's right. My senior year, every picture we were taking, it didn't matter. I was putting my sign up. And here comes Amy. See, I'm glad you still can't figure out what it is. See, that's not even the right thing. So don't even. But she was, so I think it's funny you just brought that up because I remember that moment like, no, no, you're gonna get everybody jumped.
Right? You told me I was gonna get my butt kicked. I was like, what? I'm not doing anything wrong. But
I
yeah, no,
love that. Oh, I love that.
was
What
one. And then
let
my
me,
other memory I have here is
oh
when
my
you took
goodness.
us. This was as a coach.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
You took us to Texas Relays, and we didn't have a hotel room. And
Oh,
so I just remembered this picture.
I
But
couldn't
this,
believe you were showing these pictures.
yeah,
Oh,
she
look
was
how
there,
cute.
and we were getting ready to run, but I don't know where we slept. I don't even know where we
Yeah,
slept
I
that
think it was like the Red Roof Inn or
night.
something.
It was
Bad.
yeah, it was the only place that they had available.
Division 2 living, and you girls had proved that you needed to be at Texas Relay. So it was probably a last minute thing because I
It was a last minute thing.
always had Tarleton Relays the
Mhm.
Thursday before Texas Relays. So I can see how that could have happened.
Yeah. No, we qualified. We had a qualifying time, and then yeah,
Wow.
we didn't have a place to sleep. Well, we did. We did.
But it really
Not,
wasn't.
we were a little. scared.
Well, tell me this,
It worked out. We ran good.
Tell me this then. So for you to show both of those, like, so you show one where we're teammates, you show one where I end up being the head coach, and then how was that transition for you? And the reason why I'm asking this now, we're both adults and, have lived life, and, this was 20 years ago. So when you think back to that, that happens all the time now, that people may be co-workers or working alongside each other, and then all of a sudden the person kind of gets a promotion and people don't know how to handle that. So how did you maturely handle that so well, in your 20-year-old self, of having your teammate become the head coach? How did you do that?
I don't know if I always did it maturely, but I don't know. I mean, I know some things I did. I'm thinking back, like, oh gosh, what was I thinking? But you were a good leader. You were a good leader, and you told it like it was. There was no sugarcoating anything. You were very, like, blunt with us, but you were also a leader where you weren't just telling us one thing and then doing another thing. It was, we followed you. We looked up to you. So for me, the hardest thing was probably calling you coach.
Mm-hmm.
Coming from being a teammate, that was probably the hardest thing, is that label. But another thing I do have to say is I remember you telling me, and this is something that I have kept with me forever, remember people's names. You told me this one time. Like you said, remember, it means a lot when you remember people's names. So I remember all of my students' names. That's the first thing I do, is I learn their names. And like 3 years later, they'll come, I'll say, hey, whatever. And they'll be like, how do you remember my name? I'm like, that was something that one of my coaches told me one time, is call people by their names. And I remember you saying that. But I think that it was an easy transition. Of course, it wasn't easy because you had some crazy ideas. Like, that part was not easy, because that day that you made me run 800 over hurdles, I thought you were crazy. I thought you were crazy.
Was.
And the outcome was good, but
I kept that workout too. Like, somebody else actually mentioned that workout to me a couple of weeks ago. And so I kept it throughout my coaching.
Really? Yeah. I've never.
But you were the first, though.
I was the guinea pig. To see, is she gonna die? If she doesn't die, I'll keep it in my workout plan.
That's right.
No, but I remember, that was the mental toughness, and this is something that I learned through you and through, just being a college athlete, is fatigue it's like an illusion. Fatigue is an illusion. It's an emotion. And once you learn that, then, like with my, having my firstborn, if I wouldn't have been strong,
wow,
and know that fatigue is an emotion, it's just in my head, I can get through this. Like, we wouldn't be here today, because just the trauma through the labor and the birth and everything you think about every single day, life brings you down, and you can't stay stuck down, and, you gotta come back up. And that was one thing that I learned from you, and just being an athlete, is fatigue is it's an illusion. It's something that you can push through, and if you can figure that out, you're gonna be all right. But I learned that running, and through the workouts, through every single day, and it's something that I think is important, because a lot of the people now, they don't know how to push their body through pain. They feel pain and they immediately quit.
You're right.
Learning how to push through that emotion of fatigue and pain, then, you get better through it.
I love it. Oh, and I just love hearing you just talk.
I love you.
So good. I'm just so blessed. So what is something, because I know we don't have a ton of time, but what is maybe, like, because you're a coach, you're a mom, you're a wife, and you're a mentor to so many, what is maybe like a quote, or I don't know, it might be a scripture or something that you kind of stand on that maybe can help somebody else?
This also comes back to you and the Bible verses that you kind of issued us out. Bible verses. And like, this is your verse. This one is yours, and this one is yours, and this one is yours.
What was I doing, Amy?
I don't know, but it's okay because it stayed with me. Like, I'm ready to get it tattooed on me. Like, this is something that's a part of my life, and it's Isaiah 40:31. Yeah. And I think that, you know, you telling me that this was my verse, like just you saying this is yours. Like, I have, you know, it's mine. It's mine now. And I took ownership of it. And, you know, but those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. And just knowing, you know, whenever you're down, like, all you got to do is give some hope to the Lord and pray, get down on your knees and pray. And that's something I learned from you, you know, with FCA and with, you're just always such a leadership and so holy and God-fearing. And I think having you around all the time, it was something that got in me, something from you got into me, you know?
Oh, that blesses my life. Cause you know, I was young, stupid, didn't know what I was doing, but I was trying to do my best. You know what I mean?
And I think you impacted a lot of people, you know, not just me. Cause I've known you for, I don't even know how many years now. Yeah. A long time.
Yes.
Sorry, lights went out.
Oh, you're good. I've known you literally. No, you're fine. You are fine. You're a teacher and there's no movement in there. So I know the lights are going off. Yeah.
Yeah, no, we've learned a lot from you. And I'm so excited. I'm happy to just be able to tell you this too, you know, because
thank you.
And an important part, and I'm sure every single one of these people that you're interviewing is going to tell you the same thing. But those verses meant a lot, though. They did.
I'm so glad.
I kept it close. I still have, this is that picture. This is the picture.
Yeah.
In my Bible on Isaiah 40:31. So that's where I got it.
Oh, I love that. That's blessing me, girl. So thank you for sharing that. And I just, you know, I'm just so happy for you. So proud of you, man. I'm just blown away by everything. It doesn't surprise me that you're a coach. It doesn't surprise me that you're a teacher. It doesn't surprise me that you're an amazing wife and a supporter and being just the mom that you are. And I know your kids are going to just have a blast, especially now your daughter's going to be coached by you too. I'm just so proud of you. And you've always been a light. And like I told you guys at the beginning, we called her literally Meals on Wheels because her last name was Mills. But when this girl had mad wheels, so don't let her fool you. Even though at practice, I might have been saying, come on, but in the meet, there was no question when it comes to.
Yeah, I don't know if I have it in practice. I don't know. I don't know. I didn't have it in practice. It was that adrenaline rush or something, maybe.
That's a lot of great athletes that, you know, at practice they're like, yeah. We'll just say Allen Iverson practice. We're talking about practice. But when it's time for the meet, it was just on. But I'm just blessed that I got to see you because you're right. It's literally been like, I mean, we've known each other now 21 years, which is half
crazy. That's so crazy. So much has happened and so much has changed. And, you know, that's one thing, like, I cannot talk to you. Like, I could go 5 years and not hear anything from you.
Right.
And I can text you or message you and be like, will you pray for me? Or will you do this? Or will you that? And, like, I always get a response back. Like, I always, like, it's just been really great.
Well, you know, I still got your back. Even though you're only like 2 minutes from Mexico, like
I know.
You out the window and see Mexico where you are.
Right. It's the sun is setting in Mexico right now.
I love it. I love it. Well, Amy, thank you so much for giving me some of your time. I know that people are going to enjoy
20 minutes.
Yes,
why didn't you just do 20?
40. I know, but it would take me forever to find that many people.
True.
I love you so much. Look, have a great season, and tell your husband I said hello.
I will. We need to, like, you know, try to figure out a time to get together. Yeah.
We will. All right. Love you. Talk to you soon.
All right. Bye.
All right, you guys, you saw it here. I'm telling you, I wish that I could have started pulling out pictures too, because she kind of got me on the sneak attack with that. So don't judge us on our old day pictures. But as you can see, she looks exactly the same as she did when she was 20 years old. But thank you again for joining us for episode 7 with the one and only Amy Mills. I'm so glad that I got to spend this time with her. That brings back so many memories. And I want to encourage somebody, as Amy was talking about, it's important when you work with someone, if you're their coworker, teammate, whatever the case may be, to always show respect, always show honor, always show love, and work hard in the position that you're in, because that may be you one day with an opportunity to move to a higher position. And you want to make sure that those that you worked alongside can still respect you in that new position. So I'm so blessed that I had to have the opportunity to be her teammate, that I watched her even as a teammate. She was awesome and still is, and then had the opportunity to coach her. And yeah, she became a 4-time All-American, by the way. So we didn't want to leave that out. So thanks again for joining us. And we will see you soon.